Power stations recently have become so powerful to have. They really jump start a production. They charge up a team, even generate better results. This video might even spark your interest. If I knew about this when it came out, this would have solved me so many problems. Do you know how much hair I've lost from this? I feel a lot cooler already. In the real world, in the past 3 months, we've had two things happen. A huge forest fire.
Battling a raging wildfire that has forced more than 16,000 people to evacuate.
And a flash flood.
Have received up to 250 milliliters of rain.
For both those events, I lost power. For the fire especially, people lost power for up to a week. But me personally, I don't want to lose power for a week and then come back into my house after being evacuated and have to go through my freezer and pull out all the rotten meat and bacon and chicken. Ugh, I don't want to do that. This can honestly make your life easier. If you're in the middle of the woods, guess what? That pine tree doesn't have a wall outlet that can push out 2,400 watts. We've used a generator for 10 years. It's worked. Someone in the family had a gas card, so gas was free. One thing that's always been a problem is when you come here, you want to relax and take a little break from things. But if you have the sound of going, you can't really just relax. And what about putting solar at the cottage? That makes perfect sense. So I went down the rabbit hole of solar generators, solar banks, power banks, whatever you call them. And man, it's a big hole. There's so many things to learn about it. Different sizes, different companies, reviews, price. Price is the big one. And for me, Amazon Prime Day was coming up, so I knew that I had some time and I could research them, and hopefully on Prime Day, one of them would come on sale. So when Prime Day happened, there's two that came on sale. The AC200 Max, I think, from Blue Yeti, I forget the name of it. And that was it at the time. And I was debating it, and I was like, it was $800 off, which is a big discount. Great by them. But the thing that sold me on not buying it is it only charges at 500 watts from an outlet. So we have a generator still here. And in my head, I think right away, well, if I use more than 500 watts, I can't charge it. I wish that the Delta Pro came on sale. I would have bought that over this, to be honest. On the second day, this came on sale. I think it was $600 off. And I said, that's the one, that's it. This can charge at 1,800 watts from the AC, and it can charge at 1,000 watts solar. So 2,800 watts it can charge if you max out both. That's crazy. I don't normally do things outside in the middle of nowhere. I'm gonna start doing more of it now. But in the past, I've done a therapy video that was outside. So it was an interview with lights. Generators just don't work. They're too loud, so you can't get good audio. Let's say we did a 10-hour day outside in the woods. I'd bring both, the solar generator and the generator. And what I would do, I'd plug everything into this. This whole time, this has been going, and it's putting out 326 watts right now. This is my one light maxed out, and you can't even hear it. The wind is louder. If that was a generator right next to me, all you would hear is wah. So what I would do is, when I shoot the actual interview part, I would turn off the generator, use this, and then when we're on break or shooting some slow-mo, crank it back on, charge it right up, and rinse and repeat. Boom, look at that, problem solved. So I have a 300 watt going right now. I also have a 150 watt, and those are my two lights that I use mostly for everything. So that's 450 watts. Let's round up just for, inverter usage and all that stuff. So let's say it's 500 watts. So with some basic math, this is a 2,048 kilowatt hour power bank. So if I use 500 watts an hour, 500, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000. So 4 hours I can shoot constant. So far, I am extremely impressed. The Delta 2 Max is such a good bang for the buck, especially on Prime Day. I bought two 100 watt panels. For an example, okay? Right now they're blocked. The sun's moving towards the other side of the lake now, and the panels I have to move and put back in its original spot. Today I moved them because I got here early and I wanted just to do things off the get-go and I need the extra power. But I'm only pulling in 32 watts. Today, it's perfect conditions for solar panels. I was getting 180 watts from 200 watt panels. That's great. This can handle 1,000 watts of solar input at once. There's two solar ports. Both of them are 60 volts and 15 amps, and obviously 500 watts to equal the 1,000. You can never go over voltage, but you can go over amps. So let's just say you put 600 watts through the 500 watt max. Obviously, you will never get the full amount from the solar panels. Let's say it's a sunny day, okay? And the max this can handle is 500 watts, 60 volts, 15 amps. If you have 600 watts of solar, well, you won't even get to the max. So you'll get way more power. Well, this will only take 15 amps, so you can go over it. If I had 1,300 watts going through this, in the max is 1,000, I put a breaker, 20 amp fuse into the solar panels, and I'll just keep it going. You might think buying a 2 kilowatt power station for just internet is overkill. Starlink uses about from 30 to 50 watts at a time and 100 to start it. So that's a pretty light load. I bought 200 watts of panels thinking that that's plenty, but in reality, I need more than that just to run Wi-Fi. So when I bought this, I had the idea, and I still do, that eventually we're gonna build a huge cottage, a nice place that someone can live at, or Airbnb, whatever it is. With this Delta 2 Max, I can buy the extension battery and get up to 6 kilowatts. So if I get 1,000 watts of solar coming in and 6 kilowatts of battery storage, well, that's pretty well enough solar panels and battery for a full cottage. And these are lithium ion phosphate batteries, which means 3,000 cycles from 0 to 100% will make it so the battery life is only down, or the battery health, I should say, is down to 80%. What's 3,000 days? How many years is that? 5 years? But if you keep this decent temperature, not too cold, not too hot, and go from 80 to 20% battery, this will last so much longer. This will basically last 10 plus years. Not to mention EcoFlow's app, phenomenal. I can go from anywhere. If I have an internet connection, I can go on the EcoFlow app, and if this is attached to Wi-Fi, I can see everything. I can turn off the AC, which I wouldn't do that because then I'd lose control from the app. But let's say I had things plugged in the DC, 12 volt DC, or the USB, I can turn it off from across the world. I can see all the parameters, how many watts are coming in, how many watts are coming out. It really just makes life so much easier. It's also fun looking at it to see, oh, is it sunny there, cloudy there? Click on the app. Oh, I'm getting 150 watts of solar right now. It's pretty sunny then. It's kind of a good way to tell if you want to go there or not. I've also decided to try to work from my cottage, to live off the grid. Starlink and this is all I need. If I can max out the solar input on this, I can work from my cottage, and on my lunchtime break, go jump in the lake and swim around, go in the studio and have fun. Let me know what you think about this video. I'm making a bunch more with this Delta 2 Max, so let me know what you want to see with it. I'm making videos about filmmakers. This right here will save time, make you money, and make you not lose hair. Okay, peace out. Bye. Look at the hair on the ground though. Actually, look, I'll show you, look. Ready? Look at all the hair. Oh yeah, by the way, here's my setup. Camera, bouncer, mic, reflector. And I'll show you what I mean for the flood. It is up